Right, this is the Casio HT-700. Casio, I think, have always brought out some gems when they've done their synthesizers and drum machines and things, and they really do give it a good go. This is a bit of an undiscovered gem. Let's see what it can do, shall we? Okay, well, you get the idea. It can kind of groove rather heavily. What you can do with this machine is you can actually record your own sequences. And what I've done is I've put a few kind of bass lines on each of these patterns here. Here's the first bass line. You can turn down the drums. And what's nice about it is, of course, whatever note you play, because it's a Casio chord keyboard, whatever note you play, the bass riff gets transposed to that key. Let's take the drums off. The other thing is, not only will it play that riff on different keys, but I've programmed similar bass lines into each of these preset patterns, and you can actually change mid-pattern. So that would sound like this. Just give us some time. So, very, very cool. So you can put a whole bunch, I think you program 10 bass lines in. I'll take you step by step on the programming side, but even switching that off to one side and just taking it as an out-and-out synth, you have a bunch of preset sounds, which are the usual sounds, but what's nice about this is you can program your own sounds, and has a mini synthesizer built in. You have multiple waveforms. You can control the LFO depth. There's 3 different LFO waves, the delay of the LFO, the speed of the LFO, and then it has a voltage control filter. It has a voltage controlled filter with resonance. And as you know, those things really, really send the price up. Anyway, so here's some sounds just to give you... some reverb on that. Let's see what we got there. Let's just see. Okay, and then alternate sound. Okay, another one, another one. A little bit of a delay on that. Let's see what happens if that happens. Anyway, you get the idea. What's this one? Switch the delay off in that. Very kind of almost DX-y, isn't it? And of course you can still go back to the bass lines and put the okay, so that's it. Oh, get the out. So you get the idea. As long as you don't have the Casio chord on, then it turns into the full keyboard. Let's try this one. Now let's in fact go in and see if we can alter the filter response. Right now the depth, filter depth is 25. Just turn it to 6. So you're actually controlling the filter response. So you can make it feel like it's velocity sensitive by and I think if we get out of the edit mode you can put the can you start the drums? Let's see if you can get the drums going. Yeah, the only thing you can't do is change the presets in the middle when you're in edit mode. But there I was in edit mode, as you can hear, and you can still do the whole groovy thing going on. Right, so that's what's nice. You can real-time edit and groove, and it'll make it... but there's the voltage filter, the VCF. Oops. Still on split keyboard. You've got to remember to switch that off. You get the idea? Pretty meaty. So if you were recording this, this doesn't transmit MIDI, but the keyboard itself does transmit MIDI. So that's, you know, the downside is that this doesn't get transmitted, but you can do it in real time. Okay, so that's that. Let's go on to another sound. Got those bells. Now these are sounds that I've programmed in there. These are not the presets now. Again, you can hear that VCF kicking in there. Let's see. We did that one. You know, the usual. And then I think that's as far as I got. I think I did that one as well. Alright, so to program your own drum pattern, you would pick, go into the edit mode, and the chord, we're not going to mess with the chords, we're just going to go right to the rhythm pattern, which is 92. You go into 1, and let's see what we got happening here. Just hit play. Okay, you can hear that. Let's turn the drums up. Okay. Now, I'm going to delete most of that. Let's just keep that on, okay? So we're going to use that as our drum part. Now I'm going to save it under preset 6. I don't think there's anything there. So there's preset 6. To record a bass line, you go into edit mode 93, and let's see if the bass is on here. There you can hear the pattern, the drum pattern we recorded. Now, we'll just get out of there for a sec. The way to get those really funky bass lines, of course, is to play them in slowly. So we'll go back into edit. Now we change the tempo. And we'll just delete the bass. Program some accents on. Okay, and we're going to write that also to swing. Swing is preset 6. Okay, now let's speed it up. There's the drum pattern we recorded, and here's the bass line. 1. So you would be able to program 10 such patterns. Gosh, I want to tell you more about this, but like I said, there's a DCA has a attack, a decay, sustain, release, and also a depth, so you can increase the amount of envelope on that. Has a pitch bend which is fixed, has MIDI in and out. You can program your fills as well. So that would give you a bunch of internal sounds that you program yourself. As I say, it's a mini synth with that, I think, a very nice filter on it. It has an option for RAM cards. As far as I know, they're pretty rare. Tiny little mixer, so at least you can control the drums. There is MIDI out, which enables you to synchronize your patterns to an external machine as such. There's our pattern. We've actually got it synchronized to an XV 3080, which is doing the bass line for us. And of course the nice part about that is we can turn this down completely now. So what we're hearing is a completely different synthesizer. It's playing those bass lines for us. A little bit of drums in. And here's our famous pattern that we recorded. Okay, so that's that, but we can also program it to play an actual vintage synth. Now, right, let's see if we can get the JX sounding. So we'll turn these guys down and get ready to play. So, in fact, you can actually trigger the whole okay, so you can actually play the whole keyboard as the JX, and then the bass will kick in here when we switch the patterns on. Nice little synth. Really, you've got 20 memory slots of your own stuff, 20 presets. We didn't even touch the chord operation home organ thing because I don't think you really, need to. You've got 10 slots to record 2 measure bass lines. You can record your own bass lines and your own drum parts, and then 1 bar fill for each of these 10 patterns. Then, of course, once you got the groove going, you can just transpose it using the lower part of the keyboard. It has the MIDI out, MIDI in, pair of RCAs out, headphone jack. It does run on batteries, which reminds me, leave batteries in this thing because if you're not careful, it has automatic power saving feature, which is nice, but if you don't have batteries in, it'll erase all your patterns. But a quick workaround that is just to leave it on running if you're in the middle of a project. So again, a great bassline synthesizer, some great straight ahead synth stuff, and a lot of fun. You're looking at eBay, $50, the HT-700. There's a bigger version, full size keys. But this pretty much does everything. And so if you're looking for something, I mean, the prices of all the vintage analog stuff is just going up and up and up and up and up. So for anyone looking for something a little bit hidden, but still with a lot of power, sonic power and creative power, I think this one is worth looking. All right, so thanks for watching. Get played out here.